Well, we're so excited to talk to you about this because we needed a big action movie, an epic action movie with, big stars and just so much going on. And so we're so excited to get into this. And then it's just great. And when you get a script like this and you find out who's a child, you must be like, oh, I have to do this, right?
It wasn't even a question. Like this whole process spun around in 2 days. I got the script Friday night. Friday night, I got the script from my reps. I read the script and by David Frigiero, and I was like, this is epic. This is everything I need. This is action, comedy. It had everything in it. My character Bishop is this kind of wisecracking, sarcastic soldier who's a badass, but he's also taking the mick out of, Kinney. He's kind of the big brother poking the new rookie, kind of saying, look, you ain't ready for this, kid. It just takes one bad day and your world is going to be turned upside down. And we have that bad day. So I got the script, what was it, Friday night, met with Will Eubank, the director, Saturday over Zoom to talk about the project. And I was in Australia like Monday.
Wow.
Yeah, it was no messing around. I watched the first 10 minutes of Will Eubank's previous movie, Underwater, with Kristen Stewart. 10 minutes in, I turned it up, I went, that's all I need to see. Will Eubank is a visual genius. He's incredible. And I thought if he can do that with an ocean, like a dark under the water movie, and make it look so vivid and epic, what can he do with jungle, explosions, gunfire, 4 greased up topless guys running through the forest, And he did not disappoint. It's epic. It looks so good, and I'm so proud. And I would have been distraught if I'd have seen this movie come out and not been a part of it. To work alongside Milo Ventimiglia, who I've known for years and love dearly. I've been so excited to work with him for time, and I got this opportunity out of nowhere to work with the Hemsworth brothers, Luke Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth, who are just the greatest guys and the kings of Australia. So who better to show you around Australia than Australian royalty? And then to work with one of my idols in Russell Crowe. He's one of the finest actors of our generation, and he just keeps surprising us. And he surprises you in this movie with that comedy, now he's so funny in this. So funny. I can't wait for people to see it.
Yeah. And you had surfed before, so did this bring back some memories a little bit?
As in Forces?
Yeah.
I mean, as a Forces kid, I never got to see this side.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
my dad would disappear and maybe see all this, in his helicopters and things. But it's insane. It's Hollywood, so obviously we exaggerate a few things here and there, we embellish this and that, but we also don't show you stuff that our real heroes and forces kind of go through, our real military, and to feel just like a 100th of what they have to go through, just carrying the equipment along, carrying an extra pack, all this weight with the guns, the assault rifles. Bishop's got a sniper rifle too, which is about 100 pounds extra as well. And you're carrying all this on your joints, and you're walking up mountains. The landscape of Australia was insane, and everything wants to kill you in Australia. You got spiders, you got snakes, you got all sorts of scorpions. It's terrifying. So I didn't sit down because I was scared something was going to crawl up into me. My socks were pulled up over my trousers. My boots were tied up tight, and my trousers were over my boots. I had zip ties. I was like, nothing's getting in. So I was standing the whole time, and it's exhausting with all this kind of weight on, and to feel like the tiniest little of what our forces kind of go through day in, day out, wherever they are across the world, was really like insightful. And then to see kind of the action in the movie is also kind of stuff they go through, the intense sacrifices that they make, that their families make, that I've obviously, as an Air Force kid, I know that the sacrifice that I barely saw my dad growing up. He was always off flying and out the country and things. So I guess it did bring a little bit home, and it kind of gave me a little bit of an insight, into what these guys go through and what they leave behind, the families at home, and it's you're kind of able to kind of build that backstory. But that's why they fight. They fight for us, and that's what kind of what we kind of wanted to push out through these characters. That there's a brotherhood here that they're really putting everything on the line for you.
Well, I mean, and you make it look like the most fun thing in the world. It sounds like
It
it was a
was.
little bit, but but people are looking at the screen when you do these things because you choose great roles, and they're going, that's what I want to do. So, what kind of advice would you give to somebody who wants to follow in your footsteps?
I mean, that's a tough one. I understand what you're saying within following my footsteps, but it's just about everyone's individual journey.
Mhm.
I grew up and I only kind of had like Will Smith to look up to with regards to representation as a black actor. That was the route I wanted to follow, but I can't be Will Smith, and I'm not going to make it as the next Will Smith. I have to make it as the first Ricky Whittle. You
Mhm.
have to be true to yourself and follow your own kind of strengths and characteristics and goals. I loved Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. And you can only achieve something if you're true to yourself, because you will never be Tom Cruise, you will never be Brad Pitt, Will, Leo, like all these great actors. I'm never going to be Russell Crowe, but I can be the best Ricky Whittle I can be. And so
Mhm.
for anyone else out there, stop trying to be someone else. Don't try and imitate someone else. Be true to yourself and true to your craft. You may get a lot of no's and you may get turned down and passed over on a lot of projects, but eventually you're going to be exactly right for something, and you're going to be the only one that can do it because you're what they're looking for, and everyone else will be trying to do you. So just stay true to yourself, put the work in, because everyone's working hard. If you're not working hard, if you're going out, someone's gone to bed early or is researching movies, TVs, and acting classes. If you're staying in bed, I was in the gym at 5 o'clock this morning, to
Mhm.
try and get my workout in because I've got a full on day. And if I didn't get up at 5, I would have trained today. So, you've got to make sacrifices. You can't be out drinking because, you've got to get in shape. I've got my next movie coming up. I had to lose 20 pounds for it over Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. They're holiday times. That's the winter. That's time for carbs. That's chocolate and carbs. I had
Uh,
none. I lost 20 pounds over that time, and I went to Paris in that time and still, you know, no pain au chocolat, no carbs over it, no bread. You have to sacrifice. So be prepared to sacrifice, but be true to yourself, and eventually, your chance will come and your time will come.
Yeah, well said. My co-host Drew Pearson is one of our great American football guys. Caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame, and he wanted me to make sure that I asked you your Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life and career where you just kind of had to go for it and it worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for you?
Coming to America.
Yeah.
Coming to America. I had everything I needed in the UK. I had a fantastic career. I had a fantastic job. I had branding opportunities. Money coming in, job opportunity. I could do pretty much anything I wanted. It was fun. I had the house, the cars, the life, and it was fun. And I could have lived that for the rest of my time in the UK, but I wanted to chase my dream. My dream was always to shoot American movies. To come to Hollywood and achieve something, to be proud of myself. I would rather have come to America and failed and gone back to the UK having tried, rather than kind of getting into my 40s, 50s, and some director comes across and goes, "Oh, you would have killed it if you'd gone to America and you were young." And that would have torn me up on the inside. So for me to give everything up and to go to America to make a fresh start, I knew nobody. I didn't have anything going on. I had no job. I had no agent in America, no management in America. I just had my British agent, and I was just trying to make contacts. So to literally give everything up that I'd achieved so far in the UK to start again was a huge risk, and it could have blown up in my face. But fortunately, I put in the work and I put in the effort. I met some incredible people along the way who've helped me out, and I'm now in an epic action movie, the best action in
Yeah.
2024, with Russell Crowe, Milo Ventimiglia, Liam and Luke Hemsworth. What more can I ask for? I'm loving life, and I'm speaking to your fine self in front of epic artwork. Really proud of an incredible project that I can't wait to go into theaters.
I love that. And part of that is that success mindset that you have. I know that you can't be stopped. Like you're gonna do
Well,
everything that
it's
yeah.
like it's like your partner said. I come from a sports background, and you can't achieve anything without belief and positivity. You know, one of my good friends, Tyson, has got positivity breeds positivity tattooed down his forearm. And that's something I take into life. You know, you keep everything positive. You don't think about failure. Everyone's going to fail. You know, winners are just losers that tried once more than everyone else. You know, you got to go out there and you got to believe that you will make it, and you will go through hard times. You'll go through failure, but you know, to quote Rocky, you can get knocked down, you know, 9 times, but you get up 10, you'll win. You know, you just got to keep going, keep pushing forward, because we're all going to get hit. We're all going to get, you know, setbacks. You just got to keep moving forward. It's how we react to them. And you know, like I say, your guy in sports, I think that sports background really did help me in my acting career, you know, just to keep that positivity, that belief in myself that it will happen if you just keep going.
I love that. Well, last thing that I know, there's probably so many great memories from the set that you'll always keep close to you. Is there a certain one where you're just kind of looking around going, this is it, I did it?
I mean, this is the moment right now. But just, I don't know, every day on set, I felt like that. I felt so blessed and so honored to be on set with Milo Ventimiglia, who's a great friend of mine, and I've always wanted to work with him, you know, and he didn't disappoint. He was the most meticulous, prepared actor I've ever worked with. He was incredible. Such a great guy. He's got such a beautiful heart as well. For people who don't know him, you know him as a great actor. You know him as a ridiculously good-looking human. He's got an incredible heart as well, and his work ethic is intense. Luke is literally my twin. He is barking mad crazy. He's the funniest guy I've ever met. I love Luke so much. Like, we just constantly send each other just stupid texts and stupid memes and GIFs, and we just like hit it off. Like, he's an encyclopedia of film as well. I don't know anyone else who knows how to quote movies and do the voices. Like, he imitates like the voices as well. He's an encyclopedia of film. And then Liam, like, just the greatest soul you'll ever meet. Just beautiful, beautiful guy. Like, oh my God, like I love him to bits. Like, we opened up with each other straight away. You know, we were out for steak dinners. It was very romantic. You know, I fell in love with all 3 of them. It was incredible, and that dynamic off camera really kind of translates on camera. And I think that's why you care for you care for the characters in Land of Bad, because you see how close they actually are. And that started off camera. And so, you know, walking into that office and seeing those headshots along the wall, Russell Crowe and Liam and Luke and Milo, I was just like, wow, this is sick. This is sick. And then once the bombs and explosions started going off, I thought, Jesus, this is epic. I was there. I read the script. I shot the movie, and I knew it was going to be good. But then I watched the movie, and it still blew my mind. And that makes me proud. The fact that it still blew my mind and I know what's coming gets me excited for this audience to see it.
Yeah, we're so excited to tell everyone to check it out. It's so much fun, and people are gonna love it. Really appreciate your time today and the incredible answers. Look forward to talking to you again sometime soon.
You too. I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. You have a great day. Catch you soon.
Thank you so much. You too. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.